Hi there, everyone. In this video, I would like to speak about the topic of spontaneous remission. This is a term that's often used in medicine when a person recovers unexpectedly from a serious illness. And the point that I would like to make in this is that really there is no such thing as spontaneous remission. Spontaneous implies that it just happens randomly, that there's no reason, no cause, no explanation. So that word spontaneous is used mainly because the people looking at this phenomenon don't understand the causes that are actually creating either the illness or the recovery. Causes can exist on multiple levels or planes of reality. Sometimes there's things happening physiologically on a biological and chemical level. There can be things occurring on an energetic level, as well as things occurring on a psychological or spiritual level. And that level is actually very critical or vital in terms of our health and well-being. Those who have researched the phenomenon that's labeled as spontaneous remission find some common themes or patterns, some factors that are very often recognized as being present in those cases. So there actually is these apparent causes or contributing factors that are supporting the process of healing, the recovery from that illness. There's a cause and effect at present, and it's not actually spontaneous. So we're going to explore this some more now, considering what actually creates or causes those serious illnesses in the first place. Our physical body is designed for health and well-being. It's designed to maintain itself, to protect and heal itself. And most of the time it's doing those functions relatively well, relatively effectively or efficiently, so that we're sustaining our health and vitality. However, there are times when factors come into play which in some way are interfering with the ability of the body to sustain and maintain health. We could label these as different stresses or interferences, and they could be happening on a physical level. So we could be exposed to some serious toxins in our environment, to some type of physical trauma, some injury that occurs. We could be influenced by energy fields in our environment, so light, sound, electromagnetic fields. We could have emotional and mental factors present, so our thoughts and beliefs and the different emotions that get triggered as a result of those thoughts and beliefs and how they affect our response to life experience. There's the basic spiritual essence, our connection to a spiritual source, to God or the Creator, however we would like to label that. So all of these factors are influencing our health or lack thereof. If our sense of well-being and harmony is disrupted, then often there is some type of physical illness or disease that manifests. And as long as those stresses, those interfering factors are present, that disease process may continue to progress until the energy, the life force or spirit eventually chooses to leave the body and the person on the physical level appears to have died. Of course, the consciousness continues. The consciousness isn't confined to the physical life experience. Nevertheless, as we come back to look at these experiences that are labeled as a spontaneous remission, we see that in the majority of those cases, there is some type of shift in consciousness of the person that occurs in correlation or conjunction with their recovery. So a person may change their outlook on life, they may change their attitude, they may become more appreciative of things that they may not have recognized or taken for granted before. They may seek to find greater fulfillment in the present, seeking to focus more on things that are really meaningful and purposeful, considering that they've had that diagnosis that has made them re-examine their life. People may also pursue a path of forgiveness, of releasing the emotional burdens or emotional baggage that they've carried with them, realizing how fruitless it has been to hold resentments or grudges, to hold those feelings toward things that exist in their past. Often people will recognize the need to change their lifestyle, so those lifestyle changes can also be a significant contributing factor to a remission. If you've been stressing yourself by working too much, not sleeping enough, having a diet of fast food, taking lots of drugs, all those things may have been part of your past lifestyle. And if you realize that that wasn't healthy for you and you change and you feel positive about making this change, often that will greatly contribute to an experience of recovery from your illness. So as we support and nourish ourselves on all levels, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, we can reverse just about any disease process with or without any particular conventional or alternative medical interventions. So we have the power to heal ourselves as we shift those factors that exist on those different causal levels. So there are clearly certain causes of remission, and it's not really a spontaneous remission. Once we realize that, we can more consciously and intentionally work on those causal factors to intentionally foster recovery from illness. It's not a random throw of the dice of who's going to recover or not. There are clear reasons or causes why some people have those spontaneous remissions and other people just continue on a decline, on a progression of their illness. I hope that this explanation has given each of you some insight into this subject and perhaps inspired some people to address those causal factors so that they too can experience a recovery, a remission of whatever illness or disease that they may be experiencing. For now, I would just like to wish each of you a wonderful day and to invite those that are interested in holistic health and well-being, in spirituality and wellness, to visit my website at www.phinsights.com, phinsights.com. Namaste.